Hey guys, Happy New Year! So, hey, let's talk about what to do after the busiest time of the year. We just wrapped up Q4. That's when all of us make our money and whatnot. And now we're headed into Q1, so quarter one, and it's the downhill slide into summer. So here's what I'm gonna do, and here's what you might wanna do, is I am going to work on my cash flow in my business. And this was a concept that took me a little bit of time to get used to. And it's something that I know and something that everybody knows that, you know, essentially if you don't have money, you can't buy stuff, right? So everybody kind of knows that. But where it gets tricky is you start tying your money up in all kinds of little products and stuff that is you're not going to get the money for now, but if somebody buys it, they're going to pay you a ton of money later, or at least way more than you paid for it, that sort of thing. And so it's a problem that kind of creeps up on you. It's not something that is just like you look around and you're like,
oh, I've got 900 Beanie Babies,
and I should probably get rid of some of those. You got $5 in a pair of Reeboks, you got, you know, whatever, like, you know, just in anything. You got little bits of money here and there spread all over the place. And so the tendency is to wait until you need money to start to move that slow stuff. And it's not too late, but it's almost too late by then, because when you want to start to move that slow stuff is when you really don't need the money so much. So we've just come out of the busiest time of year. You've just made a bunch of money, hopefully, and you should move some of that slow stuff to make yourself even more money. And here, I'll explain why. So like I said, fourth quarter, busiest time of year. First quarter here coming into it, people are still shopping. So you've got like your second busiest time of year, kind of. And so if people are still buying stuff, they're buying stuff with gift cards. Maybe they bought stuff for the whole family and they're like, okay, I'm gonna finally buy myself something. They're gonna buy stuff for their business. They're gonna buy, you know, cleaning, organizational stuff, all that sort of stuff. And they may have, you know, like a surplus of cash, but they may have nothing left over either. So they may be looking for a good deal and they're still in the buying spirits. They're ready to pull the trigger on something. So this is the time of year where you want to start moving some of your slow stuff and some of your medium slow stuff. I'm not talking about the thing that you paid $2 for and you can get $1,000 for. Yes, there's probably some room in there that you could reduce the price, but I'm talking about, you know, your slow moving stuff and your mid-range stuff that's a little painful to sell right now, because you know you can make some money on it if you just hold on to it a little longer, but get the money now, even if it's a little bit of a loss on it. Not a total loss. You're not moving stuff in the sense that you're paying somebody to take your stuff. You're not going $1 free shipping, take it, and then you're paying it. You're not doing that. You're just freeing up some cash. It is gonna be a little bit of painful, and I go through it. Man, there's stuff that I sit there and I am like, do I hang on to this for a little while longer? Do I just, you know, reduce the price just a little bit and hopefully somebody buys it and stuff like that? And what I'm gonna do this year is I'm getting on board with the cash flow thing. I'm like, you know what? Let's free up some cash. Let's invest it in some faster moving items. And let's take advantage of this time of year when people are still buying stuff. You know, don't wait until you're in August and you're like, dude, I've got these
winter fur-lined knee-high Kumba boots
or Sorels or whatever, and you know, please buy them in summer, you know, stuff like that. It's get rid of the stuff, you know, look at some of the winter stuff you have and just fire sale it. And, you know, like I said, don't give it away for free. You know, make sure at least the shipping's paid for, but if you only get a couple bucks out of it, take that money and start buying some of this stuff that's on sale. And this way of doing cash flow is not unusual to companies. All companies do this, but because we're resellers and we invest our own personal time and our own, you know, personal this and that to go find this stuff, we're like, oh, I've gone all over town and I finally found this, whatever it is. I need to make some money off it to make my time worth it. But all companies during this time free up some cash. I mean, look at going to Walmart, right? Do you think that they want to sell $300 Christmas trees for 50, 60, 70 bucks? No, they're trying to unload it. They're trying to make space, take the money, and invest in something else. So as resellers, we have to treat it like a business. You know, it's like, and it took me a while to get this concept. It was because I didn't have 900 of I don't know, I keep lacking on stuff to mention to sell. It's like I sell stuff all the time, so it's like, why am I like, I can't figure out a word. But yeah, let's see, I don't know, pair of some Christmas lights. You know, I don't have 900 boxes of Christmas lights sitting there just to look at and go, oh,
That's where my money is.
it's back there, it's on that pallet. It's not all in one place, it's spread all over, and so that's why it kind of creeps up on you. So I'll give you some examples here, like some actual examples. I picked this up. This is for a machine called a Brady labelizer. And what it is it's basically just tape that you can print on, and it's made for industrial companies and stuff. So it's, if you've ever like, you know, walked through a warehouse or even walked through a store and there's been something printed on the ground that people walk over all day and it never peels up, right? It's their signage, but you know it's not paint, it's like some sort of a sticker or something like that. That's what this is. And so these little suckers can be kind of expensive. And so I bought, I don't know, about 20 or 30 of them from a thrift store, and I had to look it up, and I'm like, I had no idea what this is. I mean, look at the serial numbers, the whole deal. I go to their website, and these suckers are going for, I think if I remember right, $400 to $600 a piece for these things, and I was getting them for like $6. And I was like, I couldn't believe it, right? And I'm like, you know, there's not a lot of comps and stuff like that. There's not a lot of comparisons out there. But I was like, I'm gonna make some money off this, right? So I passed up a few lowball offers and whatnot. And they, you know, they weren't anywhere near $600. I mean, if they were $300, I probably would have taken them. But they were low offers and they were still good money. So what I ended up doing is I ended up reducing the price on them, and they sat. And then I had to go even lower. I ended up lotting them up together, so selling a bunch together. I think it was 10, and it was like, I sold it for like 140, 150 bucks. And I'll see if I can post the picture here what I actually sold it for, because I'm going from memory. My memory's not that good. So, but that's what I ended up selling it for. And I lotted it together, and I didn't lose money, but I didn't get anywhere near what I thought I was gonna get. But the cash is freed up now. It's like, now I can invest in some other things. So that's one thing that I bought. Let's talk about two more other things that I bought that I had to go through the painful process. I remember those pink holiday Starbucks mugs that
Everybody bought.
that during this Christmas, that they were all over the groups, that like, you know, people were like,
Hey,
you should get this mug that Starbucks, it's gonna be really hot, and they would post it in a Facebook group of like 40,000 people, and then, you know, a bunch of people bought it. And I could talk about that sort of thing all day, but I bought some mugs. I did it too. And I bought them actually, technically, I think before the post, but not much. And the way I got my hands on them is a friend of mine in Phoenix, he ran into a Starbucks that grossly overbought the amount of those pink holiday Starbucks studded mugs. And so I ordered them from him, I paid him, and he shipped them out to me in California, and they like way over ordered. Like they had cases and cases and cases of these things. But I was like, man, you know what? The mugs have been hot in the past, but just par for the course, things change every year. And so what happened is, obviously Starbucks put out way more mugs. People were on top of it this year. You know, people were buying them all and stuff like that. And then they were selling them, and then people started freaking out that it was, they'd bought too many mugs, essentially, and there was too many mugs out there. So people started freaking out, and they started fire selling these things, right? So you're seeing like 2 mugs for, you know, 20 bucks and stuff like that. Well, they bought them for 20 bucks, most likely, unless they stole them. But so anyways, everybody was fire selling them. So I bought about $1,000 worth of those pink mugs. So it's like 40 some mugs or something like that. So here I am, we're going to the holidays. I'm watching eBay, I'm watching Amazon, and I am trying to figure out, do I ship these things in? Do I wait and hold these things? Do I, what do I do? Do I, put these on Facebook Marketplace and sit there and wait for somebody to ask me, are these available?
And then ghost me?
I mean, is that what I do, like, for my entire Christmas time? So I was watching Amazon in particular. To me, eBay wasn't the place to sell them because you have to pay for the shipping and whatnot. And paying for the shipping on those, at least at the prices I was seeing them go for, once everybody found out about them, you were going to take a loss, a little bit of a loss on them. And I wasn't quite ready to take a loss yet, but if I could break even or literally make $1 or $2, I was willing to do something about it. And I had to keep thinking the whole cash flow thing this time of year. You gotta get that cash flow going so you can invest when deals come up, And so I ended up packaging them all up and sending them into Amazon, and the timing was right, and it went through, and I think I priced them at like $33 or something like that, and they all sold. And I literally made like $2 or $3 each, and I was hoping to make like 20 each, but I've got my cash back. So that's another example of what I did. So I'm not just like talking the game like, hey, you need to do all this and stuff like that. I'm literally going to do it some more this weekend. I'm going to go like into my eBay and just start throwing stuff on auction and just making sure the shipping's covered, and let's see how it goes. And the last thing, so here's one more thing that I bought. I don't know if this is interesting or not, but this is one more thing I bought that I screwed up on. Let me go grab it. All right, this is it. Oreos. It's a gingerbread house.
So, let me hide behind it. Hope that brings it into focus.
But anyways, these little tiny gingerbread houses. I bought, I don't know, about 30 of them, 40 of them. Started driving around to pick them up, whatnot. Not a major investment, but I was kind of late to the party on these. And then I turned around and I went and tried to send them into Amazon. And guess what Amazon told me? The expiration date is too close. The expiration date is, of course I grabbed one where the expiration date is like halfway off. February 6, 2020. So gingerbread houses don't last forever. They come out with short little lifespans. And so if you get them in, you gotta get them in quick and early and stuff like that. And so I don't typically buy stuff that has a real short expiration date unless there's a lot of money to be made. And so Amazon wouldn't let me ship them in because I was like within 105 days or something like that. Like, I forget what the amount is. I was so close. Sorry, I don't normally buy stuff that's that short on the expiration date, but I couldn't ship them in. So now I have a ton of these suckers. Look at that. Little gingerbread houses. Who wants to make some? So, yeah. Anyways, so that was a bad buy. So now I can't even do away with these, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Tying up cash and, just letting it sit there, and stuff like that. I could probably move these in January, maybe, people that are just craving a gingerbread house, but that sort of thing. So like, you can get creative too. I don't have them here, but I did buy like some sugar cookies and I sold them to Safelite next door. I sold them to Safelite Auto Glass, their company, and I just got my money back, like, essentially. So hopefully,
I mean, this is all rambling, but
hopefully you sat through it and kind of understand what I'm saying. This is what you should be doing this time of year, is getting rid of the slow and the medium stuff, right? Medium sales velocity stuff, freeing up cash to invest and buy other stuff that will get you through the rest of the year. And just do that. That's what I'm going to be doing. And, pick up deals when you can. And if there's some stuff that you definitely feel you should hang on to, then I guess hang on to it. But, don't wait until August until you really need the money. But that's it. That's cash flow, man. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm going to try and make some more videos here for you on a regular
Basis.
So that's my New Year's resolution, is to start growing the YouTube channel and hopefully telling you guys stuff that will help you out. Like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff that the kids say at the end. so do all that, and I will talk to you later. All right, bye.